Anybody in the portal, you know ain't hard to find.
Yo, I don't know what's going on in the portal. People hopping in, hopping out, hopping back in.
And you probably going to see that portal jumping on the back end in the next few days.
After spring games, you know that transfer portal gets to jumping, and Deion Sanders knows that better than anybody. He's calling people out. He's letting people know to hop in that portal. Come to Boulder if you need something. He's even telling you all the positions he needs. So today what we're going to do is, of course, listen to Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, talk about, the spring game a little bit, but mostly what he was looking for in the transfer portal. He's got a long laundry list, a CVS receipt list, a position he needs, and then we're going to look at some players who just committed. You got Taj McCoy committing. You got also Savion Riley committing as well. We're going to get into those schools, and then we're also going to look at some of the recruits visiting Colorado over this weekend and this upcoming, man. It got a lot going into. Let's hear who Deion Sanders needs in that portal, though.
Let's start one tremendous defensive tackle, another linebacker or two, two safeties, probably three corners, one receiver. That's a grown man, that's a dog. Couple running backs, tight end, maybe a guard, tackle, maybe two centers. Thank you.
I mean, that I'm sorry to say this, but that's a whole team. It's like, two safeties, and he's talking about depth at this point, right? To be truthful, it's two things. It's depth. It's also letting you know that more people are about to hop in that portal too. Like I want you to know this is not just everything Deion says, and this is a coach thing. This is not just Deion Sanders. It's a head football coach thing. Everything they say is a message, not just towards the media, not just towards football at large, but also towards that locker room, right? That's who typically coaches are talking to the most when they're up in that meeting, because they want you to watch exactly what he says. And people, sometimes get upset at, Deion, and he's so brash, he's so this. Dog, this is not about how you feel. It's not, I'm sorry, buddy. It's not because you're 40-something years old, you got your feelings hurt. This is about trying to ignite a fire in young men, you know what I'm saying? And there's not a lot that does that, but competition definitely does. And that transfer portal definitely does light the fire. And we could talk about the conversation of how certain coaches, including Deion Sanders, other coaches do this, but they use the transfer portal as like a weapon, right? That is the way you need to use it. It shouldn't be this thing that you're afraid of, Dabo Sweeney, right? Shout out to you for hopping in that portal. It should be something that you use. Hey, I thought we were playing football. Y'all want to complain about how soft people are? Well, hey, if all y'all care about is money in the portal. I'm about to start dangling the money in the portal over you. You don't play, I don't pay. I'm gonna get a replacement for you. Everybody was so mad about that when Deion first got to Colorado. Oh, he's saying he's gonna replace people. Yeah. If y'all don't want to, y'all say y'all soft, right? What we doing? Y'all 1-11, right? Get out. Like, what y'all talking about? We have accepted losers in loser mentality for a long time, that when you hear someone like Deion Sanders tell you and try to ignite something in you, people get a little uncomfortable and they start labeling things and X, Y, Z's and LMLP. But to go further on the transfer portal, before we get deeper into the actual, a full interview for the post game on spring, few things to take a look at here. Obviously, Illinois State defensive back Teon Parks put Colorado in his Instagram bio, and it seems like, this is supposed to be over. It's supposed to be over yonder. And then after that, he went ahead and committed last night. So this was right after the spring game. Illinois State transfer quarterback Teon Parks commits, 6'1", 180 pounder, total 39 tackles and interception and 11 pass breaks up. He led the conference in 2024. And really, you're starting to see the build that Deion likes in his DBs. He likes them. If he can get a Florida boy, specifically a South Florida boy, he'll take that. But length, he likes length at the cornerback position. You can talk about Cormani McClain. I mean, Travis Hunter's 6'1", right? But I mean, he's a little different. He's a whole nother anomaly. Cormani McClain. You have Teon Parks now, who's 6'1". R.J. Johnson, who's 6'2". These are some long, lengthy dudes. And when you're going against the Big 12, you look at the receivers in the past, the Becks of the world, the Teteron McMillans of the world, the Jaden Higgins of the world. Like, these are some big dogs that can move too. So I think you're gonna need somebody, someone like this, who's gonna have a frame, who's gonna have a little bit of ass behind them. You know what I'm saying? Who can either keep up, jam, or have enough length and strength to get through and do what it needs to be done. Quarterback completion just 37.9%. 50.8% of their passes when throwing towards Parks last season. He was credited with an interception, 9 pass breakups in 2024. We can take a peek at a little bit because this is FCS. Shout out to FCS for allowing us to watch a little film, but you'll see him. He is, I think he's more of a zone corner from what I've seen. He plays a lot off, but again, being 6'1", being rangy, it doesn't mean that he's not physical. It doesn't mean that he can't break on the ball. It doesn't mean that I haven't seen him play good man. I think that's more so of a scheme thing, and you see a lot of his highlights just playing man. But what he's been able to do with this off coverage, he's showing a lot of range, right? Now, I know that's usually said, range, quote unquote, is usually talked about a lot with, middle linebackers or maybe safeties, how they can go sideline to sideline. But I think if you're going to be playing zone as a corner, right? If you're going to be 6'1", sorry about that. If you're going to be a little longer in length, I think we need to talk about how you can recover, how much space you can shut down, because RJ Johnson is just like that. Like we talked about, he's 6'2". And what he's allowed to do, what we've seen in some of the Colorado spring practices, is use that length to add to his range, add to his ability to, I'm going to just squat right here. It doesn't matter. I don't have to be so reactive. I can protect my safety. I can protect what we got going on if we're going to play this off cover 3. If I need to beat that deep man and still be able to bite down and break on the ball, he's showing a bit of physicality, even playing in that off zone coverage. So, hey, that's going to be, I think, a great addition to what the Colorado Buffaloes are going on. Now, before we get into the commits in their new teams, because, they went ahead and committed Savion Riley and Taj McCoy, we had another player into the portal. Or did he? I don't know what's going on in the portal. People hopping in, hopping out, hopping back in. Y'all remember the story with Jeremiah Smith? You know what I'm saying? Do the hokey pokey and turn yourself around. Look, this is just, and we don't know, this isn't confirmed, but Colorado true freshman offensive tackle. This dude we talked about Adrian Wilson, who went to UNC, right? Freshman, only just finished spring. This is another one, true freshman. Hasn't even done nothing. 4 years of eligibility, 6'8", 365. Jeez, that's a big dog. I guess he wasn't getting no play. Like, dog, you're a true freshman, man. Like, true freshman can't even sit a year. Does everyone got to start? Is everybody playing NCAA my career mode? Damn. Nobody can have depth like this. Anyway, 6'8", big dog, apparently entered the transfer portal, hasn't even played a snap, hasn't played any football for Colorado. Like, you can't even... You don't even know that injury might happen. You could get in there, big dog. But now we're finding out that it seems like there's a withdrawal from the portal. Now, this is coming strictly from Twitter. This is just people looking at the 24/7 homepage and seeing that, hey, look, clearly it was documented that he enrolled January 12, 2025, signed January 4th. Again, he's only just signed. Then entered the portal yesterday, and then yesterday committed to the Buffaloes. So that's still out, or maybe there'll be more to come with that, but maybe they just kept that 6'8" freshman. So, hey, man, that's the portal for you. You never know what's happening half the time. Last thing to check on, like I said, not last thing, but second and last before we get into Deion Sanders interview at large. We got Colorado transfer DB Savion Riley. He has committed to Georgia Tech. So there you go, Savion Riley, who has been playing football for a long time. Has been at Vanderbilt. Has been at Miami. Been at Colorado. Now to Georgia Tech, man. This is where the transfer portal is bad for some of these guys. Not that he found a new resource. Like with Taj. With Taj and McCoy. I think this is great. I'm not sure why I go to Oklahoma State. Maybe he just wasn't getting the starts. Maybe it was about money. I don't know. I don't like to presume too much because specifically when you see the difference in teams. This is his first time transferring. He still has 3 years of eligibility. Oh wow, I thought he was old now. Oh my goodness, this is a bit of a loss because of the eligibility thing. But you see somebody like this who's been at Vanderbilt, who's been at Miami, who's been at Colorado. Like I don't know. Now that I know how he's got even more years of eligibility, maybe he adds to his list. Maybe he starts popping and hopping around. But I do think, as much as I am pro transfer portal, pro movement, pro being able to do what you need to do, how you need to do it, at some point you do have to look at the detriment to what you're doing. Like you went from Vanderbilt to Miami, you went up, and then you kind of go Colorado, which can be down and diagonal. And at that point, going from Colorado to Georgia Tech, I would say Georgia Tech is probably more, equipped to compete for a championship on paper, right? But is that much of an upgrade money-wise? Maybe it's a family thing, wanting to be in Atlanta, but I don't know. There's definitely a lot to think about with these portal players, and it's interesting to see. But before we listen to Deion Sanders, we do have a few visits here. You got Cal running backs taking visits. You got some offensive lines. You got UCF center. You got redshirt freshman, what's it called, with no games played. You got some more offensive linemen there as well. Here is Xavier Hill. I believe this was the this is the Auburn DB here. He's picked up Colorado. You got more recruits there. So it was a good little recruiting situation at the spring game. We already watched that. Y'all make sure y'all go check out the reactions and whatnot. But let's go ahead and hop. All right, here we go. We got Deion Sanders right after the spring game talking about a few things. He's going to get into some jersey retirement stuff, mostly some transfer portal stuff, and then we'll close out with some comments there.
Ball as well. You're going to see that in more sooner than later.
Hey, Coach, background associate
going on,
press.
Pat?
Hey, how you doing? Hey, I know you had a lot going on today, but did you get a chance to soak in the moment with Travis and Shador and just that?
Not really. I really hadn't, because my mind is on making sure we execute some things, making sure we hit our timeouts for television, make sure we put a good product for the country and our fan base to see, making sure we give our fans hope, as well as the understanding on how we're moving and how we get down. So I didn't really get a chance. I saw them and I looked in both their eyes. I know they were pleased, they were thankful, and they were proud. And that means a lot to me. I'm one of those type of guys who I'm going to tell you how I feel right off the rip. I'm not going to really wait. So I give you your flowers now. I'm not going to wait 20 years down the street then to bring you back when you limping and could barely walk or some tragedy happens to recognize your greatness and what you contributed to this program. So I'm thankful that Rick, shot his shot and moved on what we all know was inevitable in due time. The time frame, nobody's going to be happy with it. Somebody's always going to have something to say, but the way we are right now, we're a now generation. You guys are now people, and this is a now time, and those guys deserve what they deserve right now. So I'm proud of them.
Hi, Coach Adam.
What's going on, Adam?
24/7 Sports. Julian Lewis got a chance to work with a lot of your top offensive linemen, go against a lot of your top defenders. What can today do for him? Getting in the.
Oh, he's been doing that. That's been every day in practice. It's not. I think you guys just had the opportunity to see it, but he's been running with the ones, running with the twos. He's been pivoting back and forth. Both quarterbacks have. So it gives him an understanding. You got to understand, he's still a young man. We don't care about the age and the stage, though, but he's been held accountable for, if you're a starter, we're going to expect you to perform as a starter right now. When you're with the ones, you got to be a one. We ain't got time to say you coming or you growing. We ain't got time for that. We want him to execute and understand coverages and make his reads and get the ball out of there. And he's been doing a great job thus far.
Coach Jack Carlo.
Yeah, my man.
What's on that side? How's it going, Coach?
Good, sir.
Want to ask about the defensive line. It seemed like they had a pretty solid day today.
Yeah.
Just your thoughts on that group?
Those guys are better.
Very impressive.
I
Very
think we're
impressive.
better at the defensive line.
Sap's
We're better at the
cooking.
linebackers.
Pecco's cooking.
It's hard to put that on the
Shout out
DBs
Colin Salter at the
because,
linebackers.
Shallow and Cam and Travis, those guys, they've been playing together for a few years now. So that's hard to advance that. But we are going to be tremendous with what we know we got coming as well to help that secondary. But the pass rushers, we got a couple guys out right
More
now
coming, he
with
said.
injuries. We're going to be pretty solid on the defensive side of the ball, and I'm happy about that.
Hey, Coach Brian Howell, the
What's
Daily
going on,
Camera.
Brian?
I have two for you. One about the past. You guys announced today that you're going to have a statue for Bill McCartney. It's
Awesome.
unveiled later this fall. I don't know if you got a chance to meet him.
No,
He passed away a couple months ago, but
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm going to honor him as well. His swag, the hat he wore, the jacket he wore. I started to wear it today, but I want to kind of save it for the first game. So his swag, I'm going to try to recreate that and rock that for our first game. But I'm trying not to get in trouble with what I'm about to say. Why we wait, man?
what's that?
Why we wait?
Talk to him now.
Wouldn't we have wanted him to see, to be involved in it, to feel it? To feel the love, the respect, the appreciation, why we wait? See, that's the kind of junk that you guys got to run with. Say something about that. You can't enjoy that right now.
Well, I know it's been 2 years in the making, they said. So
Making?
yeah.
Making? How we in the making? This is a new generation. Everything y'all want, you want it right now, and you go get it right now. You don't wait for nothing no more, do we? We want to go, we call Uber. We want to eat, what we call? Uber Eats? Well, everything we get is right now. We want something, we order it off Amazon right now. We ain't in no waiting generation no more. That's over. That's a wrap on that. Everybody in here is impatient. You download stuff right now, putting it out as I speak.
That's real.
So this ain't that no more,
real.
man. Let's stop. And I'm sad because I wanted him to see that. He can't see that. Same thing with Rashawn Salam, right? How long did we wait? I say we because I'm a part of CU now. How long did we wait?
23 years after his Heisman.
After his what?
After his Heisman?
Yeah. How many years after his death?
23 years after his Heisman.
Less than one.
Being upset that a Johnny Unitas winner, someone who boosted admissions at a historic school, who broke hundreds of school records, is gonna have his jersey retired at the school that he added value to in a generation like he talked about that is now. Y'all, and I saw all these names that y'all are talking about. Tim Tebow doesn't have his jersey retired. This person doesn't have his jersey retired. This Colorado great doesn't have his jersey retired. And all of that had me say, well, why? Why does Tim Tebow, a multiple national championship Heisman Trophy, why does he have to wait? Y'all gonna wait till Tim Tebow dies to retire his number? Or y'all just want to wait because that's what, typically we wait a long time. Typically, I mean, back in the day, typically people died of plagues. And then we figured out medicine. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we have to, nah, man, Shador can't get his jersey. Now no one can wear number 2 because one of the most historic quarterbacks of a team that has won a national championship. Again, y'all don't know that though. You hating people. Y'all just think that whatever. Y'all were the same people that say, "Oh, I never heard of Colorado." Y'all was not talking about Colorado in 2012 in any of these last 2 decades. But now it's a problem. Now that it's Colorado is one of the most relevant schools of all time. Y'all say they can't win nothing, but the ratings say otherwise. The admissions say otherwise. Recognition, nothing wrong with it, dog. There's plenty more numbers you can wear. I promise you.
Ain't nobody saying nothing in the church right now. Everybody got something to say otherwise. Hey, man, give people their flowers while they can enjoy them and they can smell them. That's how I get down. If you guys are doing a good job, I always tell you guys are doing a good job right now. I don't wait. I'm not built like that.
I have a second question for you, but Caden, obviously, I want to get your thoughts on him, but also his brother, had made a lot of plays today at linebacker. You talk about those two guys.
I don't know who made plays. I haven't watched the film. I'm just watching both sides and seeing little things on the line and all that. So I'm watching a whole bunch of plethora of stuff while I'm out there on the field. I don't know until I really see it, because I'm hearing things. And what you said may not add up with what I'm hearing in my ear. So I don't know. I can't make a true assessment until I really watch the tape. But I'm proud of their progression, but we want more out of everybody, not just him.
Hey, Coach. Jake Schwannis,
What's up, Jake?
Doing well. How you doing?
Good.
Lots of penalties, it seemed like today. Last year, most penalized team in the Big 12.
Yeah,
What has
we're
to
going to
happen?
fix that. We're going to fix that. That's personnel as well as discipline. We're going to fix that. I mean, we're so darn disciplined around in here. I don't know why we don't take the disciplinary things on the field. So we're going to fix that. I'm glad you pointed that out. We got to fix that. We have officials at practice, so we call it that, and they have disciplinary actions when they're offsides to do something stupid to cause us a penalty. So we got to be better with that. We will not be the most penalized team in the Big 12 again this season. I'm putting my name on that.
Hey, Coach. Xavier McNevitz, Buffs Wire. So I just wanted to ask, Joseph Williams had a good performance today. But
Who's that?
Joseph Williams, he had a
Okay.
good performance today. And that whole wide receiver core is one of your strongest positions.
Transfer out of Tulsa.
They're good. I like what they bring to the table. But it was a standard set by the guys we're about to send off into the NFL. The standard is set. They just saw those guys work on the field a couple of days ago for the Giants, So they saw those guys and they saw them at Pro Day and how they go about their business. Many guys played with those guys, so they understand the standard. We have great coaching in that room. The sky's the limit for those guys. We just got to get the ball to them, and we will find ways to do it. You didn't fart just then, did you? Okay, I'm just saying. You played it. They didn't play that thing. Oh, Played that thing all real good.
Hey, Coach, Tyler King with the Denver Gazette.
What's going on, John?
Doing well, thank you. You mentioned special teams earlier this week. Obviously, Buck had a couple big kicks today, kicked it in the end zone during the kickoff. Mata was as solid as
transfer portal and whatnot. As leaders, obviously, being a quarterback, that comes with leadership.
You're probably going to see that portal jumping on the back end in the next few days.
That was what I was about to ask you. If you had to outline a few priorities for this summer for your program.
Let's start. One tremendous defensive tackle, another linebacker or two, two safety.
And there he is. And that, we kind of got back to the point of the whole, him basically talking about who he needs in the portal. I don't think he goes any deeper into that. Let's see.
Defensively as well as special teams.
Yeah, no, he doesn't go deeper into the portal. So that's what that is. We'll have some more videos, like I said, specifically maybe about the jersey retirement. But I think the Colorado, I think they're in a good position. Once the portal is said and done, what I really want to do, I cannot wait. I want to go back to that infamous interview where everybody was saying the sky is falling. We're gonna check in on West Virginia because they just had 30 players leave. Colorado's only had 4, 5, 6, 7, right now 6, 7. Sorry, players leave, and they've added in a good few players, and then you have to also think about it. The rules of the roster are a little different too. You can only have 105, so really, if you lose a few, that aren't big pieces, like that McCoy was weird, the Cash Cleveland was a shocker, right? But I think at the end of the day, if you're a Colorado fan, I think you're gonna be all right. But like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't like it, subscribe if you enjoy college football content coverage, everything that's in between, man. Nah, you're great. Keep being great. Keep your head up, man. We'll see you next time.